来られましたね。
いらっしゃいましたね。
はい。
ちょっとひよっちまって来れなかった。裏はるしやです。
すいません、浦さん、今日、シスターマリーより清楚な声出すの禁止になってるので、すいませんが、そこんとこ
ふざけんじゃねえよ。なんでだよ。
私は、違うんですよ。私は残月に来たわけじゃなくて、はい。訪ねに来たんですけど。
あら、なるほど、尋ね事ですか。
はい。マリンさ、謝ることないの？最近。
あら。人違いじゃないですか？
人違い。
私、
そんなわけないよ。
シスターマリンなんですけど、シスターマリンです。
シスターマリン。
はい。
これは宝生マリンだよね、吹雪せ。神父様。
そうですね。今は仮初めのシスターですが、そうですね。
清楚な顔してさ、ちょっとダメだよ。ルシアは騙せないよ、マリン。
あれ、
その帽子取りな、ほら。
ちょっとやめて。
だがしかし、
やっぱりマリンだったな。
宝生マリンである人何日も、魂に罪が刻まれてるのではないのか、シスターよ。
すいませんけど、ウルハさん何を怒っていらっしゃるんですか？
何を怒ってる？わからないの、マリン。本当にわからないの。ルシアが何に怒ってるのか察してくれないの。
私、シスターマリンなのでちょっと存じ上げないですね。
うるさい、マリン、黙って。黙んないで、黙ったら答えなくなっちゃう。答えなくなっちゃうよ。 じゃあ人違い？
あ、人違いです。
嘘つけ！
何でシサよ、浮気をしてしまったのか。
うるせおいルシアお前いつから一丁前にこのマリン様に向かってそんな口聞くようになったんだお前おい。
ごめん、頭が過ぎた。
このルシアおいルシア何が浮気だ。おいお前は浮気したことないんかおい。
だってマリンが優しくしてくれないから他の子に行きたくなっちゃうじゃん。
おらふざけんなお前おら
ごめんなさいごめんなさい。
おい分かったらなマリンに口答えせずに黙ってついてこいいな。おい分かった、
はい、わかりました。ちょっと来るところ間違えちゃいました。じゃあごめんなさい。ちょっと本当にごめんなさい。ちょっと
いや、でも
やっぱりダメだよ。許されないよね。
まあそうだ、浮気は許されんな。
そうだよ。もっと分からしてくれない？マジルシアのこともっと分からしてよ。
ルシア、その新しい服可愛いね。可愛いよ。髪型もめっちゃ可愛い。やっぱ一番可愛いルシアが。絶対そう、一番可愛い。
なんかつまんないな。なんかもっとピンピンしてくれるのかと思ったけど、なんか褒めてきたんだけど。
うるせえありがとうごちゃごちゃ言うな黙れ大変だった
何か悪魔が取り付いていました。恐ろしや。
そう、恐ろしい、恐ろしい。
あれなんか。
こんにちは。こんにちは。大空警察なん。
Okay, that's enough of that to illustrate the point of how badly certain things age. Let me actually get myself on screen double time, because I'm not on the screen as a Fugi. I need to be on the screen as a Fugi. Ah, there I am. It works. So, hello chat. You probably heard the news. I mean, how could you have heard the news? It's been all over the place. As allegedly, our dear menhera VTuber that comes in 3 colors has decided to, well, that was something in the past, so it's not like she decided to do this right now, but she decided to be, allegedly, again, because it's unconfirmed, because everyone's being very coy about it, being very roundabout about saying like who it actually is. I can imagine partially because there's legal proceedings going on involving all of this, but again, just before we get to the meat and potatoes of today, let me get some music up. I'm gonna put this track that I really like called Change, because there are certain people that are never gonna change, and I cover people like that on this channel because they just keep on doing the same shit over and over again, expecting different results. And Mikeneko, Rushia, or Nazuna, all the same person, of course. They have a bad habit of not changing their behavior and ending up in all sorts of trouble because of it. So let me get that up. Make it just audible enough. But yeah, let's get right through that. Today's stream is probably not going to be very long. I have a habit of doing too much while thinking I'm doing too little with these streams, especially with the amount of content I keep reading through. But yeah, we're gonna be reading a certain blog post and an explanation to said blog post by a certain Utaite, a singer, also turned VTuber at one point. I think he used like a VTuber model like very infrequently. He's been around the block. He's very popular in the Japanese sphere of things. And the Utaite in question is a person called Mafu Mafu, as he's been one of the crucial figures connected to Russia. If you guys remember the infamous GTA stream. I have a screenshot here somewhere. Just let me find that. The infamous screenshot of him contacting Russia on screen. Here it is. There it is. You can see here in the upper left corner of him saying that he's gonna be home soon. And all of this because of this one thing, because of this one yab. Russia went on a spiral where she decided to defend herself by going to Japanese drama tubers, very popular drama tubers, and then leaking some very confidential information, which eventually led to her being fired for it. So Mafu Mafu is coming back, and is coming back with a vengeance. And vengeance he'll probably have once all of this is over, but we'll have to wait and see once the legal proceedings are done and over with. But again, on a personal basis, I do believe that we're gonna be reading about is gonna be Mikeneko. It's gonna be Russia, because there's too many things lining up. There's way too many things that just click, even though some people keep saying that they do not. But I personally believe that the person that Mafu Mafu is going to be referring to in his very long drawn out blog post is referring to none other than Mikeneko. Again, you guys can believe what you want to believe. Whether what he's saying is the truth or not, just to wait and see. Russia, Mikeneko, currently is apparently in the hospital with some health complications, some digestive health complications, if I remember correctly, and she hasn't responded to anything that has been going on with this current case. The last tweet she made, I do believe, was about her anime role. Like, she got a supporting role as an elf in an anime, like a voice acting role. I was very happy about that. A lot of people were actually happy about that, as people were thinking that her career is finally, you know, getting back on track after leaving VShoujo as Nazuna, after being quite upset with her lower scoring numbers during her time in VShoujo. She wasn't very satisfied with her lot in life, because, you know, once you get kicked out of Hololive, you kinda start missing, not necessarily the bag, because, you know, she has a lot of supporters. Well, she had a lot of supporters, and I still believe that there are some people that are willing to support her, no matter what she does. I can imagine that Russia could probably, Mikeneko could probably kill somebody, and people will just go, man, that's hot, I wish that were me, and just keep on donating to her, because, you know, if you're cute enough, yeah, if you have the right sort of charisma, and she did have that, if you have that sort of moxie, that gumption, you will get support no matter what. So again, could probably get away with murder, and considering it's Mikeneko, I do believe that she would be capable of murder, very likely. But, you know, as with every stream, I have prepared some arcs that are gonna be covered on this stream. And I have certain folders here. First of all, we're gonna be covering a blog post that has been created in response to an article published in a gossip magazine, a popular Japanese gossip magazine called Josei 7. And due to the fact that Mafu Mafu's response to this article has been posted almost simultaneously on his blog post, I can imagine that Mafu Mafu has given some information to that Josei 7 publication. So let's take a look at that first. After that, we're gonna be taking a look at some reactions to what has been happening from Mikeneko antis, from Mikeneko fans, from current and former Rusia fans, because that's part of the entertainment of this whole thing. And the response has been mixed, but mostly negative, I'd say. But there were some people that have been making outlandish arguments, and of course there were also some people that tried to make this whole situation about themselves, because why the fuck not? You know, someone's alleged tragedy is always somebody else's gain. Like it's like that one meme. I think it was from The Simpsons. Like a guy was driving right next to a burning house. He stops and thinks to himself, how could this benefit me? So yeah, that's the type of people that we're gonna be dealing with here as well. So be prepared. And lastly, I have a few memes, old and new meme images that I have saved that are connected to this whole situation, which I found funny, and I do believe a lot of them are very apt and very fitting to this whole thing. So that's what we're going to be taking a look today. Again, shouldn't take too long, because there's not that much information other than contained within the blog post and during Kore stream from today, or rather yesterday if we are talking about Japanese times here. But you know, people are just being very vague about certain things regarding this whole situation, and we still do not have one very particular piece of the puzzle, and that is Mikeneko's own account about this whole situation. When she does come back, if she comes back, hopefully, we'll see if she decides to comment on this. And considering her prior history of, you know, getting into drama and capitalizing on the drama, making streams about specific things that were going on in her streaming career, it would be unlikely that she doesn't comment on it. We'll just have to wait and see. So let me get these bunch of tweets up first with the blog post and the translation for it, because again it's in Japanese. Just give me a moment. There it is. Reactions. Blog. There it is. So this is a 2-page spread from this particular Josei 7 gossip magazine, covering Mafumafu's situation and the fact that he was actually married, allegedly, to Mikeneko herself, and he has suffered a lot of abuse at her hands, about which he talks about in his blog post. And this is the feller on the left side here, this alien-looking Japanese person, as some people have dubbed him in the Western communities. Like, I've seen some people call him an LMAO, which is of course a slang for an alien. Frankly, I think he kind of looks better with the mask on, and that's just me. But again, due to this article, he decided to make a very long blog post on his official website about all of this, which you can see here. And then there was a translation, not just one, many actually. And I picked the one that was actually the most well composed and the one that looked the most down to earth without the risk of mistranslation, because there's many. Because you have to understand that this whole thing was and still is, like, in everyone's conscience. Like, this whole drama it's been trending not only in Japan but also in the Western world on Twitter. Twitter especially. Russia, Mikeneko, even Hololive connected with Russia's case here has been trending like for the past 2 days involving all of this. So you have to understand how much attention these posts have been getting and how many people have covered this sort of stuff. Like it's hot news. It's the next best thing, you could even say. It's the next best worst thing, actually. And this blog post has been translated by like at least 6 people by my count, 5 times into English by different people, and once into Spanish by another, I believe, Spanish YouTuber / VTuber that deals with that sort of stuff. So you have to understand how much attention it has been getting. So we're gonna read through one of these translations here, and it's a doozy. There's a lot of information there to digest, so be prepared for that. It's just so much stuff. But yeah, let's get right into it. The post from the 26th of January of this year, regarding the article published in Josei 7. Hi, this is Mafu Mafu. I'm sorry to have caused another situation like this. I want to talk about what was reported. That I got married and then divorced, and that have now filed a lawsuit against the other party. First of all, as stated in the article, I was previously married to someone. I'm really sorry that I couldn't tell you openly about it until now. In effect, I was lying to you. We began dating from the summer of 2021, got married at the end of December 2021, and then divorced in July 2022. I never even mentioned it before, so it may seem unbelievable, and some of you might be upset or shocked. I'm really sorry. Like, you may be wondering, like, why is he so apologetic about this? Well, one, it's because, you know, he's an Japanese online entertainer, and they're not there to talk drama. In fact, you know, getting involved in all kinds of situations that are uncomfortable to your fans is a big faux pas when it comes to Japanese culture. Even if it wasn't your fault, the fact that you're still involved, at least according to them, requires an apology. But the other part of that is, and I don't know if he actually acknowledged that or not, but Mafu Mafu, being a Japanese handsome guy, Ikemen, you could even call him, he has a lot of female fans, you see, and those fans are very rabid, and a lot of them are underage, as you could probably understand from the Utaite fandom, and not just Japanese, but also Westerners are there too. And we're gonna see a few of them when I actually get to the reactions of it. But what I'm getting at here is that Mafu Mafu himself was selling like some accessories that would accentuate his fans' devotion to him. Like there was some contract bracelet, or was it a ring? I don't remember exactly, but there was pretty much merch that was capitalizing on that sort of more parasocial, closer relationship of him to his fans. And you can probably understand how that looks to his most rabid fans. They wouldn't be very happy that their object of infatuation was married to someone. They would riot. A lot of them would. Probably a lot of them would unalive at the same time, but you know, maybe he's also sorry about that, but who knows? He doesn't state his intentions in regards to that, so I do not know. I'm just kind of speculating here, as a lot of people have been. But yeah, let's continue. I also want to express my deep apologies to everyone who was worried or inconvenienced because of these events. I've decided to tell the truth, so I won't have to keep lying. I might get sued for telling the truth. It might even cause problems for a lot of people. I might never even listen to my music again. Everyone might start to hate me. They might say they never want to see me again. I might not be able to stay mafu anymore. Even still, I don't want to lie anymore. And most of all, I don't want to continue living a lie. That's why I've decided to talk about this. What I'm about to write is a true summary of what happened from then until now. It'll be quite long, so please read it only if you want to know the truth. I really cared about my partner. Not from this point onward, this is gonna be referred to Miss A. So be prepared for that too. I think this A doesn't stand. I think this A doesn't stand in particular for anyone's first or last name. It wouldn't be a first name probably. It's just, you know, referring to like a person A and person B. I do believe that's why he chose A for this particular thing. If you do actually know Rushia's Mikeneko's real name, you'll figure that out. Until around spring of 2021, I thought I wasn't capable of having so-called romantic feelings for people, stating in a magazine interview that I can't fall in love and had given up on love and marriage. Mind you, Mafu, I believe, is like 32 years old, so as far as, you know, the Japanese marrying age goes, and I do believe probably also applies to men, not only women. In their particular cultures, it would be pretty old to get married. Most people in Japan, or at least, you know, traditionally speaking, want to get married like before their mid-20s. That is that kind of, you know, cultural mindset that they have over there. But I digress. I met her at that time as she told me that she liked me. I may not have been what most people consider to be love, but I thought it'd be nice if we could live our lives supporting each other. A lot of my close friends and other related parties were against it, but we persevered, began dating, and then got married. That's how serious I was about Miss A. And that's a fact. Many times I thought that I wanted to announce my marriage. Of course, it would have gone against everything I said in the past. Also true that I was afraid to announce it. I mean, he would have lost a lot of support, of course. So, you know, whatever. Maybe he was scared, or maybe he was just afraid that his career would go down the shitter if he announced it to his parasocial fans. Who knows? Still, I would have rather announced it myself than have it revealed against my wishes. However, back when we got married, Miss A was also an online personality. Because of the wishes of Miss A and the related parties, I couldn't announce it. When a certain incident blew up, I thought it would tell you everything. Malicious misinformation, slander kept spreading. I kept looking for the right time to tell you guys the truth, but I could never because of various constraints. With these things going on, I become exhausted. Miss A and I kept passing each other by more and more. Back then, whenever I talk back even about the smallest of things, I was attacked on and on. So I just kept crying and apologizing over and over again. I began to believe that it was all my fault anyway. My life became so dark, it felt like I couldn't see anything. Back then, I was blind and didn't know what normal was. So I just tried to do whatever was necessary to please Miss A and not anger her. Every day, I just sat in front of my computer, opened Line or Discord, and immediately returned her messages / calls. Mind you, this incident that he's referring to is some people slandering him on image boards and other places. That's the event he's referring here to. We were exchanging several hundred messages each day, but she still accused me of cheating. So I stayed logged in to keep Discord server 24 hours a day so she could monitor my activities and to prove that I wasn't cheating, and kept my phone on even when I was sleeping. I know it's very controlling, to say the least. And so on. Thinking about it now, I can't believe it happened. But back then, I thought it was normal. I don't know what kind of person thinks that it is normal. Maybe a sheltered person, but whatever. Even under these circumstances, she kept saying things like, "I guess you married me for my money," and I just kept apologizing even though it made no sense. I couldn't think of anything. I didn't know what to do. At that time, the words of a dear friend saved me. I came to my senses. I finally realized that most of the things Miss A said / did to me were moral harassment. I decided I couldn't stay with her and started thinking about divorce. At first, Miss A expressed regret for she had done and said she did not want to get a divorce. So I looked for ways to resolve our problems and improve our relationship without getting a divorce. Originally, I bought a new house for us to live in together. I thought that if we could live together, I would be able to relieve Miss A's anxiety. Because of our strained relationship, we kept our distance, with Miss A living in the new house and me staying in my old rental apartment. Well, isn't that fucking fantastic? He bought a house for them together, and then he had to leave because she was too much of a bitch. Not long after, Miss A began to repeatedly make comments, even on social media, that hinted at her dissatisfaction with me. Everything she said was so far from the truth, and a third party started criticizing me. Through my lawyer, I repeatedly told them to stop making such statements, but they didn't stop. In order to improve our relationship and protect each other's feelings, and to put a stop to the never-ending slander, I asked Miss A to at least make some facts public and to correct the misinformation. But Miss A's representative said, please refrain from announcing your marriage because she's trying to make a new start in her activities. My request was unalterably rejected and they made no attempt to meet me halfway. I couldn't stand that Miss A's attitude and how she would say one thing but do another. So in late May of 2022, I officially filed for divorce through my lawyer. After everything that had transpired, I began divorce negotiations through my lawyer without being able to tell you guys the truth. At the same time, when I made the request for divorce, I was unable to even stand and needed medical treatment. So I decided to go on hiatus after the Tokyo Dome concert. The decision to go on hiatus was hard and inconvenienced many stakeholders. Actually, I had hoped that by telling the truth and announcing my hiatus, the slander that had spread far and wide would lessen even a little. But because of the wishes of Miss A, I wasn't allowed to talk about our marriage. As a result, I ended up saying that I was going on a hiatus for medical reasons only. I was frustrated with having to go on hiatus without being able to reveal the truth and hated how spineless I was. When the divorce negotiations began, Miss A first did attend the proceedings using her poor health as an excuse, and again just kept making demands for money and other things. When the negotiations stalled, it was discovered that Miss A had been two-timing me while we were dating, and ultimately the divorce was finalized in late July 22nd, with neither party making a payment to the other. After the divorce, Miss A left the new house, leaving behind so many boxes and so much garbage that there was no place to even walk. She even left an urn containing her pet's ashes behind with the garbage. I took the urn home and put it in a high place in my living room so it can rest in peace. I found about Miss A's betrayal when I talked to a certain man, Mr. B, and this is why I was referring here about, you know, Miss A and and B. That's why he decided to use these two letters instead of, you know, making them indicate someone's actual name. Specifically, Mr. B sent me screenshots on Discord online, and then I called him, asked him to explain them. The images included an invitation to go on a date and messages about giving gifts on Valentine's Day. On December 25th and 26th, the day we got married and the day after, we had made plans to spend Christmas together. But she stood me up and invited the other guy to go out together at the end of the year. Well, isn't that fucking special? And do you guys know what a lot of Japanese people do on Christmas? Do you know why the birth rate is so high 9 months after December? Well, figure that out. So some hanky panky may have been going on, as Mafu was getting cucked hardcore, even on fucking Christmas. In May, when we were discussing divorce, she sent me messages saying she wanted to get back together with me at the same time that she was inviting Mr. B to go to a room share with her. I vividly remember being so shocked I couldn't get out of bed for a long time. Mr. B apologized again and again, and it seemed like he wasn't even aware of the actual situation. I thought that he was probably a victim too, so we reconciled. Now Mr. B and I get along. Well, I'm glad, but I hope he didn't know. I hope he wasn't doing this, you know, with foreknowledge that she was cheating. Because, you know, I can imagine it's kind of painful being friends with, with your fucking bull. Let's continue. But that wasn't all. Even during the divorce proceedings, Miss A and third party kept harassing me on social media and anonymous forums. There was a lot of posts accusing me of domestic violence and insinuating that I had affairs with multiple women. But of course, they were all lies. Even when I was on hiatus, I was repeatedly harassed and couldn't reveal the truth. So the misinformation, the slander just kept accumulating each passing day. As the smallest form of protest and hoping to reduce the slander even a little, I decided to submit a request for information disclosure for to the anonymous forum. As the result of the information disclosure request, the court acknowledged the illegality of the slander and granted my request. And that's when I discovered, as reported in the article, that most of the posts had been made by Miss A. Holy shit. Not only is he getting cucked, he's also getting shit-talked by her on an anonymous account. That's fucking fantastic. That was a lot of slander, but one of the worst was the claim that I had killed Miss A's cat by hitting against the door. Miss A's cat was an old cat who was, when I first met her, was already blind in both eyes. She quickly became attached to me. I myself have 2 cats and take very good care of them. There is no way I'd do anything that would hurt an animal. I can't even imagine how someone would come up with this kind of story. I've been active online for more than 10 years and being target of slander is normal. The old me would have carried on without worrying about it. But Miss A always spoke out against slander. So when it turned out that she had registered for paid account on an anonymous forum and had been posting such hurtful things, I couldn't overlook it. Oh, she also paid for it. God damn, that's dedication. It's like going on something awful, paying $10 to shit talk somebody. That's fucking fantastic. If this goes to trial, you'll be able to watch and get the right information. If I tell my side of the story on the internet without any context, I could be at fault, but the court of law will surely give a fair ruling. Let's hope that's the case for you then. That's why I decided to go to trial, knowing that everything could come out. Even now, I'm suing Miss A for slander and we are in the midst of a civil trial. Last year at the end of the summer, I consulted the police and they spent 8 hours preparing a report, a document that a detective makes after investigating a case. Miss A was also summoned and I have confirmed that the document were successfully sent to the prosecutor at the end of the last year. So I think that the prosecutor is now thinking about how to proceed. I might sound like an excuse, but I thought that if we went to trial, whether civil or criminal, everything will come to light, so I could just tell you the truth at the time. Conclusion. The trial is still ongoing. There will probably come another time when I will talk about it. There were so many things that I couldn't fit in this entry, but I only wrote about things for which I have undeniable evidence. It's not enough, but I'm glad I could tell you about some of the things I've been holding in heart for so long. Every day for 2 years, I wanted to die. Miss A might continue to say nonsense or terrible things about me, like the things I mentioned above. But I believe that if I fight properly through legal channels, the truth will come out, so please don't listen to what she says. Also, regardless of what the situation was, it doesn't change the fact that I lied to the fans who have been supporting me, and it doesn't change the fact that I was wrong. And I live with that feeling for the rest of my life. I'm really sorry. Lastly, this might seem selfish of me, but I hope by posting this entry, some of the slander will go away. It never does. It doesn't matter how well you explain yourself. The internet is a vile and volatile place. And some people simply do not forget and do not forgive. Thank you for reading until the end. Signed, Mafu Mafu. And later on, which was today actually, Mafu came on Kore's stream. Kore, of course, a large drama tuber, millions of subscribers. Everything goes through him, and Mafu on this particular stream cried a lot about his situation, but also shared a few photos of said trash that was left at the apartment. And the stream is still live, and I think at this point it might have just like 1 million views. And if you're wondering how many people actually tuned in to watch this, I think this stream peaked at like 186k or 185,000 people watching it. So a whole bunch of people, to say the least, watch this stuff. And again, during this stream, which you can watch on your own because it's Japanese, and we're not gonna be watching like a 4-hour stream here. But yeah, he basically shared the box pictures and the trash pictures showing what kind of mess the apartment was left in. There were also some shared screenshots of these comments that were mentioned from Mr. B. But all of that is available on Kore's official YouTube channel, so you can go and watch that. And with that, we are done with this part of the stream. So it's already pretty wild. Cucking, cheating, what else? Accusing somebody of murdering a cat. All kinds of slander, legal demands for money. Everything but the fucking kitchen sink there. And again, it's up to you to believe whether this is actually, you know, about Russia or some mysterious Miss A, who could be, you know, anyone. But again, with some things lining up, like Mikeneko saying that she had a blind cat, and you know, cats go blind all the time, and there's a bit too much coincidence of you know, two very popular people that know each other having two different blind cats and being involved with different people. A bit too much coincidence, but you know, it's possible. It's not out of the question that this is all a big misunderstanding, and Mikeneko / Russia / Nazuna are completely innocent, and she's a good girl that deserves all of your love and support. It's possible, you know, it's not out of the question, but sometimes, you know, the simplest reasons, sometimes the simplest of cases are just what you see before you. So if anyone just wanted to fabricate all of this, you know, to spread information, it's possible that they have. But personally, I do believe that it's just her, and she's just awful if we do believe what he actually said. Yeah, because, you know, whether it's her or not, that's one issue. The other issue is whether it's what he's saying is actually the truth or not. So there's also, you know, it also depends if you believe Mafu here or not. But you know, it wouldn't be a VTuber cringe stream without some people reacting very badly or just acting out on their emotions regarding all of this. And a lot of shit has been happening in regards to that, so you guys have to see it. You guys have to see it to believe it. So let me get those screenshots up first, because the reaction has been both horrifying and funny, because some people are coping on their own, making sure that you know, their own personal emotions are in check so they don't go wild, but some people just couldn't control themselves. Just have to wait and see. Hold up. And the rest of it. Alright. I think I'm good now. So let's start off with one particular 4chan post that someone made about, you know, Mikeneko's future. And I'm sorry, this is in this format. I'll have to hide you for a bit, chat, as I read this, as I zoom this in. So, before this person on 4chan's virtual YouTuber board, VT, knew about this whole Mafu Mafu situation that was revealed on the blog post, he made this particular thread about Mike's redemption arc, and I'm gonna read through that. Joins Hololive, works with them for 2+ years, decides to shoot her own career by giving a JamaTuber rats. Experience non-stop menhera moments with aunties, joins V Shoujo, doesn't get along with anyone other than Keisun, still has Holo in her, and does the exact same thing she did in Holo. Gains confidence, applies for voice acting career and succeeds. Quits V Shoujo, gets her first anime role. Actually decent, and her 2-year training in Holo paid off. You Anons may hate her, but you gotta admire her stubbornness. I'm not ending it all and pursuing her dream in whatever way she can. And this thread was, as you can see here, deleted with this trash can icon here. And then, upon finding out what this, Mikeneko did from the blog post, he made the follow-up post with this. OG thread Anon here. I only made this thread because I love to see Mike recover. But after seeing this, I'm a go off myself now. I hate this year. I hate them. I hate everything. RIP, dear Anon. You had the best of intentions, but you OSH'd and you followed the wrong person. And now your life has ended because a tricolor VTuber is too menhera. So, I hope your travel in the underworld is a peaceful one. I hope you didn't have to pay the ferryman too much. And I hope wherever you are, you regret your decision in Oshin Mikeneko /Rushia /Nazuna. And if you guys know of a particular, very popular, I would argue the most popular clipper of Mikeneko and Rushia called Soju. A person so dedicated to her that pretty much like boosts Mikeneko's career on her own, because like it's a woman doing all of this clipping. A person by the name of Soju, and has a YouTube channel, again solely dedicated to clipping all instances of Mikeneko /Rushia /Nazuna. Very dedicated and very much in love with, I would say, with Mikeneko herself, as you can probably tell by a lot of these titles and all of these thumbnails. There's a lot of affection here. So, you know, being such a huge Mikeneko fan, of course Soju here learned about the blog post. She read it, and then she made the following video, which is like just 32 seconds of a blank screen. And we're gonna watch, quote unquote, watch this video. It's called Feeling Happy. Might delete the channel later. Like, oh, that doesn't feel like a lot, some happiness, like expressing happiness to me. Because, you know, why would you delete your 139k subscriber channel dedicated to your love of Mikeneko if you felt happy? And by posting a blank video of 32 seconds. Well, I happen to have this video, and let's watch it. And I recommend you boost. Your volume here, because it's very quiet and you might miss some stuff. So let me lower the volume of my music here. Let me prepare the video real quick, and we're gonna watch the whole 32 seconds of this video. Give me a moment. Oh, by the way, I prepared some clips that I wanted to use as reaction images. Like, this is the first one.
This woman.
This is probably how a lot of people feel about Mikeneko right now. In case you missed it, here's it again.
This woman.
So I hope you enjoyed that, and I might get some traction, and I might get a lot of usage out of it going forward, because there's a lot of women that probably deserve this kind of treatment. But you know, I'm just joking. Let me get that video real quick. This is the Reddit video. This is not it. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Let me put it up. Where is it? Where is it? Again, lost it. I have things organized, but I have so many folders that are organized. I need a better method for this, but I think I got it. Okay, I got it. Let me hide the tweets real quick. The video is just blank screen, and it's very, very quiet. So again, boost your volume. In case you missed it. Yeah, and that's the video. Riveting, huh? One exasperated, which really kind of, you know, summarizes and describes this whole situation to a T. A person so dedicated to one VTuber decides to just outright delete her channel because she's very happy about this whole situation. I don't know how I would feel if I was a fan of somebody like that, but like to the point where I'm their like main clipper and I worship the ground they tread on. But you know, that's not me. I do not have heroes, and I do not worship people. So RIP to Soju. I don't know if she'll decide to continue doing what she's been doing this time around. Because, you know, there's a limit of how much you can support somebody. We'll have to wait and see. Again, might turn out that this whole situation is just fucking bogus. And it wasn't Mikeneko, and she's completely innocent. Again, good girl, deserves all of your love. And bad people have been slandering her. And this is all just a big fat lie. But let's continue with some of the reactions. And I guess you wanted to know how what kind of love and affection Soju had or has for Mikeneko. Here's her Twitter account where she pinned a tweet in which Mikeneko herself directly responds to one of the videos on her channel. And you see almost 650 retweets, 11k likes. So yeah, still someone very dedicated to probably the wrong person. With the description says, I only meant for Russia, die for Russia, revived by Russia, loved by Russia, and fandeds. This is a tragedy. I feel bad for laughing, but you know, it's still kind of funny that someone so dedicated to the wrong person just, you know, it got her feelings hurt to this degree. But you know, it is what it is. Too bad. But let's continue because there's more. There's a lot more reactions to go through, and I picked a few of them. There's like thousands of them around. I picked the ones I felt represented the situation the best. But let me get the music back up real quick for ambience. let me keep reading. Fuck Russia. Fuck Mikeneko. I was literally defending her non-stop during all these dramas surrounding her, and now what it turns out, she's a fucking piece of shit. Poor Mafubafu. Wait, did he confirm it was her? Skalaboji? Yup. I mean, I want Mikeneko to anti-army, and I also still love Russia. And in case you were wondering if there's gonna be people that still support her if she actually did what she did here. And I was saying, like, some people are just gonna be like, man, that's hot, I wish that were me. And you have one example of that. So some people just do not fucking care if she did what she did and what kind of level of vile it is. In fact, you may argue that the level of vileness here probably makes it more attractive for people like this, so this is all the better for them. Like, this is a plus, this is a bonus. They feel very good about this. Let's continue. And, you know, then there's some people that decided to make it about fucking Israel and Palestine again. Because, you know, these two things are equivalent. Do not interact if you are a Zionist / support Israel and support Russia / Mikeneko. Like, one's a fucking war, and the other one is a fucking VTuber. Like, these people are so fucking funny. God damn it. This is another fucking watermelon / Palestine flag moment. Remember, if you're a Zionist, support Israel. Just do not interact with this person, and especially if you're a Russia Mikeneko fan. That too, that's also important. And of course, false ID, your local news VTuber, also was on this, and he made a video about all of this. Using a title that a lot of people didn't like because, you know, there's no mention of the abuse here. And it's like, exclusive confirmation, VTuber Mikeneko married, Mafu's explosive statement. And people went on his ass about this clickbait thing. And not focusing on the right things in the thumbnail. Not the abuse, but the fact that she was married, allegedly. Oh my fucking god, fuck you. This is the last straw. This is the what you fuckers care about. Marriage, and not the fact that she's a fucking abuser, animal killer and lying bitch, and a cheater. And there's more of this. I love how the takeaway from the story isn't the harassment, the abuse, the libel, the stalking. It's, oh my god, my favorite anime girl was married. Fucking virgins. False eye. I love you, but what the fuck is this dude? She abused someone, dog. Why is every drama VTuber trying to make it look like VTubers can't be in relationships? LMAO. Out of abusing, manipulating, and cheating on her husband, do you really think that marriage is the most important thing to come out of this case? And here's somebody that actually Oshi'd Russia / Mikeneko / Nazuna. And in case you don't know who this is Fallen Shadow. A very popular loli VTuber, gets into her own problems, not caused by her, mind you. On her own, it's just problems caused by the turmoil online. And she, as a fan of this particular tricolored VTuber, she took it pretty badly. I'm exhausted. I overslept, but I will get out of bed. I didn't sleep very good, and then I woke up in the middle and obtained knowledge. And yeah, I cried this morning, but I feel better now. Let's have a fun day every day, especially today. It's nothing serious, so don't worry. I feel much better after Otis cuddles. Otis is her cat, by the way. It's just kind of confirmation. I'm too trusting sometimes. Salutes. I have been distancing myself for a while since it's been one thing after another. But I think I have to leave my Oshi for real. I guess it's been sunk. It's a sunk cost fallacy with everything she's done, but I believe in second chances. But yeah, to step away from her. I just don't think I can take this anymore. She's not the person I owe she, and she makes me upset. So let's call it quits here. It's so hard to find out someone has been lying to you for so long. I just don't understand. It's genuinely mind-boggling. I can't support her anymore, but I hope she can get better. I always care about her. I don't know if that's gonna warrant, you know, either jail time for Slender, but, you know, getting better requires making some amends, and I don't think Mikeneko is capable of that. I got a super chat here. Lord Commander Gentius, thank you for the 2. And people thought that Riraron stuff was crazy. Well, Riraron stuff is also crazy. It got my channel copyright strike, so that's pretty crazy for me. But yeah, this is pretty much on another level, I'd say. But you know, there's some things on a similar level here too. So Riraron might have turned out to be that Western. Western version of what Russia Mikeneko is. But yeah, I do have to believe that I have to comment on what Fallen Shadow here said. I don't know if Shadow here thought that, you know, all of this was just an act to a degree. Because when Russia was Russia, people were just thinking, yeah, the GFA thing, the losing your mind, the menhera meltdowns that she had as Russia. Maybe that's part of an act, but you know, a lot of VTubers, believe it or not, are very bad actors. Like, you may say that, you know, oh, it's the lore. These VTubers just playing a character, just playing up certain aspects of their personality, and you know, a lot of them do say that they do that, but I do believe a lot of them are also lying. It's just, you know, it's less embarrassing to tell you that it's all an act instead of you dealing or watching a mentally ill person going through the motions. I do believe that a lot of them are just presenting what they actually are, and, you know, playing a character is just an excuse for a lot of them. For Mikeneko, for Ryushia, I don't think she ever made that excuse. She just, you know, acted the same way she's been acting as Ryushia, but I believe a little bit worse as Mikeneko, because she's been getting a lot of weird shit after she was fired from Hololive. But let's continue. And R.I.P. Fallen Shadows. Love, R.I.P. Fallen Shadows Oshi. I hope she finds a better one that's less mentally ill. But then again, menhera girls are just attracted to other menhera girls, it seems. Mikeneko fans, you're all pathetic for scrambling to find proof that it's not her fault, and it can be excused with her mental health. You'll bring up male abuse victims when someone shares their story, but when a male victim comes forward, you'll joke. There's, as you've seen, there was at least one, and there were others that were just fuck it, like it's Mafu's fault because, you know, he's a man. There were also posts like that. I forgot to screenshot that particular one that I've seen, but yeah, there are a lot of Mikeneko fans out there making excuses for her because of what she did. This whole discourse is fucking wild. I remember when Mikeneko was announced to VA here, and I told a friend she would probably fuck up her own VA career prospect like she fucked everything else she had. Lo and behold, by episode 3, she's getting sued for being an abusive cunt. Oh, and this is, by the way, this is her character that she voices in that anime, Isekai no Yu. It's called. The title is much longer than that, but yeah, she plays a supporting elf character there, and it's very clear it's her because she's putting on the Mikeneko / Rushia voice. It's very easily recognizable. And here's a person that decided to make it about himself, because why the fuck not? God, I'm sorry, but this situation has turned me off from people who only stand Hololive entirely. people are genuinely being so disgusting and disrespectful, making jokes about it and defending her. I can't with this anymore. As someone who is also an abuse survivor and was a fan of hers, it just makes me feel so unsafe. As much as it hurts, I'm also glad I fell out of love with whole life, because I cannot imagine dealing with such toxic and delusional people every day who are probably going to hell, and I haven't interacted with a human in real life in years. Well, thank you about making the situation about yourself too. God, these people. The Mafu Mikeneko thing is so funny because everyone's like, the VTuber fans are gonna crazy. Wrong. These Mafu fangirls are gonna kill that woman. This is probably somewhat true of a statement. I've seen some of what these Mafu fans behaved like beforehand, and they're kind of dedicated in the worst way possible. So what is gonna come out of it is just gonna have to wait and see. It's probably gonna be very terrible. Here's Orca fan dead. If in case you don't know who Orca is or was one of the biggest financial supporter of Russia and then Mikeneko and also Nazuna when she was in Bishoujo still. He spent untold thousands on her, and you know, of course he read this blog post as well, and he's been kind of posting about this conveniently and quite frequently too. Here's some Google Translate for you of this tweet. When I looked into it in detail, it was quite heavy. For now, I guess I have to wait and see what happens in the future. It's a very melancholic, but also, I guess, cautiously optimistic outlook on it. Oh, I don't know if Orca's gonna recover from that. Probably best to find another person to support financially. And here's another one. For now, I'm going back to work on the night shift. In any case, all I can do is wait. So for now, I'll concentrate on my night shift work. Thank you to everyone who watched the broadcast. If you defend Russia / Mikeneko, same person, do not interact with me. That's it. It's simple. You do not interact with me. Who fucking cares about your opinion? Oh, but it was Mafu's fault. Provides useless information. It's almost retarded. Like you don't know the story. Again, some people always make it about themselves. Do not interact with me if you support this and this thing. And Watermelon, again, another fucking Palestine moment brought to you by Twitter. If you don't support Mafu and or defend Russia after reading the translations, I hope you know you're a despicable fucking person. Mafu was abused and manipulated and gaslit. And you all can say is NTR shit and insensitive jokes. I don't want to go as far as to say you should die in a fit of rage, but you literally support an abuser and you're joking and making fun of the way Mafu abused in this situation. Like telling these people that are, you know, coping and joking about it to die is a little bit hyperbolic. It's a little bit out there. But again, brought to you by another Watermelon profile, and I kind of expect no less from them. And here's someone that decided to make this about Pippa too. At Lord Mollington. Not Face Connect related, but at this point Mikeneko tops all the sad girls by world apart. I dare say Mafu could have married Pipkin Pippa and have better chance of fixing Pippa than this attempts of fixing Mikeneko. And then this person quote retweeted this guy made this about Pippa. Shit like this pisses me off. Mafu legit talks about being severely depressed and abused in a relationship, and people got turning to have haha, my VTuber is better. He wasn't even trying to fix Mikeneko. He thought she would be the one helping him. You know, Face Connect has its own bunch of menhera girls, but I hope there will never be a situation where they're as bad as allegedly Mikeneko is. You know, some things, I'll tell you that, chat. Some things are best watched like from afar. Like, you don't need to get involved so closely with your entertainment. Because VTubers at the end of the day aren't your friends. They're there to entertain you. And I get, you know, the level of interaction you get with some of them might make some of you think that, you know, you're in a better relationship than just that of a viewer and stream watcher. But again, have some distance, because when you don't have that sort of distance, you get your whales, you get your simps. And do not be a simp. If you want to support someone on their journey, sure, but don't be uncritical of the entertainment that you watch. Think about the people that you watch, and I dare say, try to evaluate if they're actually worth supporting, because you might be supporting some bad habits of theirs. Like, you aren't there to be an enabler. If you really support someone, you understand when it's time to you know, cut your losses and just leave, because that in a way also shows them that what they're doing is most likely wrong, if it actually is wrong, you know. It all depends on the person, what circumstances they find themselves in. But yeah, have some fucking distance, please. The people that you watch. Oh my god, that should have been me. Oh my god, Rusia was so hot for that. Your degenerate brains are filled with that. Not the fact that Mafu may have been abused by her. Bro, fuck you all genuinely. I'm suddenly reminded I used to hate the VTubing sphere as Oh, I really should have screenshotted more of the I wish that were me people, because these fuckers are hilarious. This one is a cope. I love this one. If Mikeneko has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If Mikeneko has 1 fan, then I'm that one. If Mikeneko has no fans, that means I'm dead. Jesus Christ. Again, I was just a second ago, I was just saying about, you know, the distance. This is the lack of distance. This is being up Mikeneko's ass and licking her colon. This is the exact opposite of what I was talking about. But yeah, this is the biggest cope I've seen. And it's got 126 likes. But yeah. You know, we all of us that believe this is Mikeneko, we may be wrong. Maybe we owe this guy an apology when, you know, the quote-unquote truth comes out. That, you know, she's innocent. But, you know, if that actually comes out, then we owe OK here a big apology, because he's Mikeneko's strongest soldier. And if Mikeneko dies, he dies with her. So, I salute you, Kay, for your unending dedication to a person that probably doesn't know you exist. There's more of that. I'm just hoping current and former Mikeneko/Rusia fans are okay. To be honest, I felt like PTSD from when her termination happened, since it's been almost 2 years since then. God damn, time sure fucking flies. I'm so worried about her career. I hope it doesn't affect her becoming a VR or her singing with Pony Canyon. I hope she comes out of this okay. Yeah, but only time will tell. I hope she gets through this. Yeah, I hope she, the alleged abuser, is gonna be okay, and everybody else, well, fuck everybody else. Have another Free Palestine moment. Do not let me catch any filthy Russia supporter. Again, you know, as much as some people don't like Russia, they always have to do these follower policing. Like, and why the fuck is it always the fucking flag, the Palestine flag, that do this shit? Like, come on, like, be original. Like, put something else in there for once. Like, I want the next current big thing to happen, so you guys can put more fucking flags in your profiles to show your surface level support. Come on, like, make my day with that. Oh, this one is good. I should probably clarify about my after-mission tweets that I do not believe what Mikeneko/Rusia did is good or fixable. However, that doesn't take away my right to meme. Wow, I really shouldn't stick my penis in there. However, again, some people just they do not fucking care. They're just in there for that hedonistic pleasure of seeing someone melt down, and they just treat it like the most attractive thing ever, like instant boner. I don't know. I just don't know. Is the pussy really that fucking good, chat? Is the crazily that fucking good? Like, do they have like some sort of maze that has all sorts of like weird, weirdly shaped tentacles in there that other women do not have in their vaginas? Do these are these crazy women built different? Like literally, I do not know. I do not want to find out, because you know. It's kind of like one of those Chinese traps, you know, those finger traps that once you put something in there and you try to pull out, it just, you know, you cannot. So I imagine that's how the vagina of menhera people feel, of menhera women. So yeah, I do not want to find out, despite what this person is saying. Let's continue. Russia will start coughing in 3 days. Oh my god, rot in the hell, fuck you. Frustrated because I really defended this bitch before. Oh my god, fuck you. Yo, I'm so disgusted with this whole Russia and Mafu Mafu situation. I am so repulsed, so baffled. Poor Mafu Mafu. Anyway, thinking about customizing or selling my Russian endo, because every time I see it, I get, well, mad. I mean, I can imagine, like, there's gonna be a lot of Russia merchandise reselling. I bet it's already hit the market. I mean, it's been quite a bit since, you know, she was fired from Hololive, so a lot of her merch is probably really rare, and it's probably fetching a pretty good price on the internet. So do not burn it. Sell it, yeah, sell it like this person is saying. It's gonna go for quite a bit if you find the right super fan, and I bet there's a lot of people that would want a Russian endo, you know, while the supplies last. Oh, so Russia was a weirdo, one of the few VTubers I tolerated. I don't know how this person didn't, you know, clue himself or herself in that Russia was probably never very well, but her being the VTuber that you trusted just kind of says that you have bad taste. As funny, as entertaining as Russia was when she was in Hololive and nobody knew about any of this shit, you know something was like going on under her dome. Lord Commander Argentius, thank you for another 2. Did that one dude just place a curse on Russia? You mean Mafu Mafu? Did he place a curse on her? I think she placed a curse on her fucking self. She did some weird ritual at some point in her life, and it just kind of, you know, keeps on haunting her. And, you know, all she needed to do to maintain her career, all she needed to do for none of this thing to ever happen is just do not fucking go to drama tubers to try to defend yourself, you know, unsuccessfully. Do not compromise your company, and do not compromise the safety of other VTubers in your company. That's all she needed to do, but she knew better, and that's where she is currently. Here's my favorite chumbud, Donnie Darko. In case you don't know, Donnie Darko is the best is the best Gargura poster you can find. He does excellent bait when it comes to when it comes to anything relating to Gura and VTuber drama. If you do not follow Donnie Darko, you should probably do it. He's kind of insane, but I love him for that. This Mafu Mafu and Russia drama is so heart-wrenching. Thank God Gura is streaming soon. I need the healing Gura. Oh, he's gonna be very happy when Gura leaves eventually on another extended quote-unquote non-hiatus from streaming. But Donnie Darko is the most dedicated Gooba shrimp, and that will probably not deter him from promoting her name. Donnie Darko love. Go give him a follow on Twitter. He's fucking hilarious. The fact is all I see her fans still defending her abuse and making fun of him, while his fans is doing the best to support him. I wish all her supporters a big fuck you. And this is like you thought that like biggest Mikeneko fan was bad. Like, take a look at this fucking guy. Like this guy right here. Women are not abusers. He got cheated on and their marriage failed. Simple. Marriages generally fail for a reason. It's not the woman. I would have stayed married paying for the house as so long as she loved me. I bet Russia still did it for him. Deep down, he couldn't see it. You know, this is either an insane person or trolling. I'd like to believe the former is true because that's fucking funnier. So, you know, it's never the woman's fault. He got cheated on, so what? Like, it's probably his fault. Like, you know, marriage fails because of the man did something. It's not the woman's fault. Like, all these bitches did nothing wrong. She did it out of love. She abused him out of love, but he couldn't fucking see it. How dense was he? You know, with his alleged abuse and shit. Like, how dare he go against Russia, my beloved? God damn these people. And this one I just had to include because what the fuck is this? Russia, the queen of rape, makes her way into Honkai Star Rail using her infinite wealth. As you can see, there was a lot of weird trending topics at the same time. Including one in the United States called Queen of Rape. I do not fucking know who this was about, but Russia was just under this post, trending at 23.3k posts, with Honkai Star Rail and infinite wealth, which she'll probably need for her court cases. I still can't believe there are some people who react the whole Russian news like they wanted it to happen to them. These people know nothing about how it feels to be abused and manipulated, and they just want to feel their sick joke and fetishes. I am so done. I mean, it's true. It's just some people have no shame. Like, what happened to shame? Well, you would imply these people had shame to begin with, and probably they don't. Like, they probably weren't born with it. But, you know, who the fuck knows what these people think. And lastly, Mikeneko / Russia fans really just don't interact. I can't believe you would continue to support her, everything she did. I'm sorry, please just look at the bigger picture here. She's an abuser. Seriously, please just accept that already. She isn't the cute menhera. This is real. And this reply is golden too. Isn't every single VTuber an abuser though? They emotionally exploit their sims for money. If that's not abuse, I don't know what to tell you. I think, you know, real genuine abuse in person is a bit different than some people playing into whatever VTubers play into on their own streams. But, you know, you make this long-reaching argument, skeef. You make that point. And that's just a few of the reactions that I screenshotted. There's a lot more. But most of them are just, you know, people saying the same thing that you've seen here. Just have to be ready for that. And lastly, the last part of the stream, I said it wasn't going to be very long, but I saved some memes, very old and new Russia memes for you guys to take a look at. Because, you know, if this stream was a bit too heavy for you, then I think this is going to elevate the mood just a little bit. So I prepared a few Russia memes here. Here's Russia and Mafu's Nendoroids fucking. In case you didn't know what Mafu didn't probably get to experience with her, but I don't know. It would be much more horrible if he didn't get anything out of this. If she just kept on cucking him and he got absolutely nothing out of it. But you know, at least the Nandos got to do it. This one didn't age very well. It's one of the videos on Marine's channel. Cheater with Russia in the fucking thumbnail. Some things just never age very well, even if they have nothing to do with the topic at hand. The humor is very clear to see here. You bitches be like Russia, Mikeneko, and Nazuna, but are actually horrible human beings. Menhera, VTuber of the century, and all places occupied by the same person on different identities. It's funny that Mikeneko is first. I mean, I guess as the persona, she did the worst things during the Mikeneko times, but you know. And Nazuna being third. There were a few meltdowns from Nazuna. There was a lot of number fagging. There was a lot of blame 4chan for my problems. Like, she even had like a small mini meltdown where she was saying that she's gonna sue 4chan for posting shit about her. And I bet some people thought that was a joke, but considering, you know, what you know now, allegedly, always allegedly, she'd probably be capable of doing that too. Nah, I'd cheat. And below here is her and person be fucking. I cannot show all of this image. Here's Mafu, a small Mafu in the corner in case you don't see him, like here, like right here, like a very small Mafu here, watching Russia get trailed by probably Mr. B here. So that is something. Here's the one I used for the thumbnail. But wait, there's more, because there's always more, and I imagine there's gonna be a lot more coming out of this situation when she actually comes back from the hospital. I hope so, because I don't think it should end on this point. I want her side of this story, if she's actually involved in all of this though. Have a seat. I have a seat wherever, which shows you the potential of the abode that she was housed in, as Mafu got told to fuck off, and she left all the trash in there. Just don't be mistaken that this is not her actual house, but just a visualization and artistic interpretation of what that house may have looked like. You saw the actual boxes in the previous part of the stream, so it was a mess, but not a mess to this degree, at least. This is an old one, but one I really like. This one originates from the time that Russia got fired, and you know, the consequences of getting fired and not being able to get a different job is you're getting a job at Walmart because they hire anyone and everyone. Yo, look who I caught working at Walmart. It's none other than the former whole life VTuber Uruha Russia. And lastly, call me a 737 because I've got a few screws loose and I sucked the guy off with Lucia. Russia's face on the front of the plane. In case you didn't know what this refers to, Boeing 737s, I actually am quite the enthusiast of air crash investigation, air crashes. The Boeing 737 has a history of explosive decompressions. And, you know, there was a situation where a guy just kind of got, you know, the fuselage kind of blew over. There was a deep lack of pressure within the cabin and outside, and the guy just kind of got blew off out of the fucking plane. And another case, another guy got sucked into an engine, and that's not a very good end. So yeah, another very nice story for these people. But yeah, that's Russia's story so far. Mikeneko's story so far. Nazuna's story so far. What will we get next? I do not fucking know. I'm looking forward to it because this has been wild, a very wild month of January, and a lot of things have happened. A lot of people lost their shit, and nobody expected for such a fucking bombshell to be dropped just at the very end of it. But you know, the month isn't over just fucking yet, and we still have how many days to go? 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 4 days to go. So things may yet turn for the worse. Whether you want something like that or not is your own prerogative. I personally think it's entertaining. I don't want it to happen, but when it does happen, it's usually very entertaining. Some of the things I cover are very much annoying. This was at least funny, especially in the reaction part of it, because some people are just... I don't know how some people exist still supporting whatever Mikeneko does. But again, some of these people just do not fucking care. They just want to get their rocks off to the thought of a menhera VTuber just outright losing her shit in every single instance of the year. And when Mikeneko comes back, and I hope she comes back, it's just gonna get wilder, very likely. But you know, let me just catch up to the chat real quick. I'll take a drink. I'll take questions if you have any, and then we'll end the stream. Just let me read some of the chat, because I'm a very bad streamer. I just don't look at the chat almost at all. I'm not supporting her again if she does. I had a bad feeling about things a month and a half ago, so I decided to support her channel after she left VShoujo. Well, your gut feeling was very right, and I'm happy for you that you made the right choice. There's so many VTubers out there that, you know, will treat you right as a watcher, and are very responsive to whatever you do. Like my very first VTuber super chat was to let me just take a sip. Just give me a moment. I had to make sure that this was actually my very first super chat. Yeah, my very first super chat was actually to Risu, to Ayunda Risu of Hololive ID. I even remember what it was. Like, I sent her like $5 with Risu sent Kisu, and she did. So I'm very happy about that. Money well spent. And, you know, Risu, apart from being an excellent singer, is just very good to her chat if they do behave. And I think she's very good at what she does. So if you want to support someone, just go fucking support Risu. Risu wouldn't do what what Mikeneko would. And she's just great. Well, let me read some of the chat. Jusha can still become an hostess. In case some of you do not know, Russia is actually and that's not revealing too much personal information, but Russia is in her mid-30s, so it would be a very old hostess, and I do not know, and I do not think hostess clubs in Japan hire people that old. So that career path is probably cut off for her. I think hostess clubs want young girls, like just out of their teens, 18 years old or in their early 20s. That's probably what they want. So yeah. Our Gura is back. Well, enjoy your Gura for as long as you can enjoy your Gura. Because at some point she may be gone again. And unfortunately, most of the chat, because the chat was pretty active this stream, unfortunately got deleted. So let me just scroll down. Mr. B could be the male Apex or someone she personally knows. She's been playing with male JP Apex livers, and her unicorns are mostly upset at Mikeneko for trying to get with JP Apex livers. Yeah, that was a case where there were males on stream with Mikeneko, and you know, since GFE streamer, that's kind of very big faux pas for any type of streamer like that. So she also made a very big deal about this, where she made a stream addressing this situation, where she kind of mocked everyone for it. She kind of fake cried and basically had a whole meltdown about it. It was pretty fucking entertaining. I wonder if that stream is actually still up, but and it was something I've seen her do. She had a lot of meltdowns as Mikeneko. As Nazuna, she mostly had these very small microscopic meltdowns about her numbers. Mainly because she wasn't satisfied with the number of viewers she's been getting. At one point, I think she even went to like I think some Japanese image boards or text boards to try to get viewers on her channel, on her Twitch, because it wasn't working out for her very well. Again, once you get the taste of these delicious whole live numbers, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to, you know, go back to something smaller. Let's see what else. If the anime Isekai no Yu announced that they will be replacing the voice actress of Lilium, you'll know where it's all going. Well, it's possible. The Japanese entertainment industry is allergic to drama. Whenever someone gets into an unprecedented amount of drama, and by that I mean all levels of shit, they usually kind of unperson that particular actor or actress and just replace the role. Like drug scandals are pretty prominent in that fact. In case some of you don't know, there was a very popular actor and voice actor that also provided the mocap for one of the characters in one of the Yakuza games, and they found out he did some drugs. It was either cocaine or heroin, and they basically unpersoned him from the industry, and they replaced his character like his mocap in the game, so he just kind of got axed in that way. I don't know what came after that, but I imagine once you have that kind of downfall in your career in the Japanese entertainment industry, you cannot recover from it. But yeah, that was a thing that happened. The Japanese hate scandals for their little idols, whether it's, you know, a voice actor, voice actress, whether it's an actual idol, like from a J-pop group. That's gonna happen. I imagine South Korea is as bad or even worse when it comes to that kind of thing. Because idol culture there is probably argue bigger than it is in Japan, or maybe just as big. I don't know. I don't follow it that closely to know these fine details, but it is what it is. Let's see what else. On the bright side, at least you can use her and Fruit to shatter the parasocial delusions. You know, before this stream, I was actually thinking about Fruit and, you know, her own shenanigans that she was involved in. You know, the alleged cheating, the things that she claims that she supports that she actually doesn't support, that she's just outright lying about it. And, you know, I think for all the shit that Mikeneko has done, I think Fruit still annoys me more than Mikeneko ever did. Perhaps it's because Mikeneko as his role as Rusia was a lot more entertaining than Fruit ever was as a VTuber, so maybe that's my bias coming here. Mikeneko might have done like some allegedly very awful things, but again, Fruit still annoys me a lot more. Because hypocrisy is something that really pisses me off. I hate people being pretentious and pretending that they're something that they're actually not. I mean, Mikeneko is also guilty of that to a degree. If you consider, you know, her playing the character of a, you know, and providing the GFE to people. That's sort of, you know, you could construe that as leading people on and, you know, playing up some level of pretense there. But then again, if you play into that, that's kind of your own fault. But at the same time, you know, once you foster an audience of parasocial simps and you have merch that's a engagement ring or a wedding ring, because that's the kind of merch that she had before she got fired. And, you know, then people find out that you may or may not be dating someone on the side. That was one of the Mafu Mafu scandals at that time, as she was in the process of getting fired from Hololive. You know, these people in our audience are gonna react in a very negative way, to say the least. But you know, horrible people will do horrible things no matter the circumstances. So again, it is what it is, unfortunately. So I don't know what else to tell you other than the fact that you probably need to find better VTubers or better entertainers to support. And always make sure to keep your distance from people because they aren't your friends. And I'm always of the opinion not to have any hero. Like, if you have heroes and at one point you meet them or they do something you do not agree with on principle, then, you know, your whole worldview might shatter because of that. And I've seen it happen numerous times with some people, you know, getting starstruck and then getting immediately disappointed by the people that they supported. So, you know, be your own hero. Be the person that you want to be without idolizing others. Like, think of the best you that you can be and work your way towards being that without, you know, having these role models. I think, at least that is the case for me. The way I've been getting through life for the vast majority of my life is by seeing how people fuck up and not make the mistakes that they make. So instead of having idols, instead of having role models, you know, that you build yourself up from, you just look at people fucking up and then you do not repeat the mistakes that they do. Evaluate what they did wrong and make sure you don't fall into the same trappings as they did, and then you'll be fine. But at the same time, you need to be self-aware enough that you know, the behaviors that you're seeing are actually bad behaviors, and I never had difficulties with recognizing that. So when people did actual bad things, it was very easy to see what they did and evaluate within myself and know that I wouldn't ever do these things because I know the consequences of what would happen to me based on the people I've seen fuck up quite constantly. So that's just a lesson from a grizzled person like me to you. And I know how difficult that may be, considering a lot of you are VTuber fans, and there's gonna be a lot of Oshiing going on here and there. I don't think I have Oshis. I have just people I like that stream, and I like them for particular things that are fun about their streaming careers. I go to specific people for specific things, and that's that. And if they stop offering me that kind of experience that I do want, I just go and watch somebody else or do something else. It's just that simple. But again, I'm kind of preaching here, and some of you do not have to take this advice, especially from me, a person that covers VTuber drama. But yeah, I hope you learned something today. I didn't learn anything because I've already seen people act this way a multitude of times. And, you know, Mikeneko has done some awful things, but there are still people that have done things that are much worse, you know. And we all gonna be covering them at some point or another because it's never ending. It's never ending within VTubers. Before I end, some plans going forward. I will continue to do these Saturday streams as much as I can, as much as time allows me to do so. But I want to do a little bit more with my video coverage of some stuff, and for that, I do plan to go to Offkai this year and see what's up there. I mean, Offkai has been growing quite a bit. It's going on its 3rd year currently, so I can imagine there's going to be a lot more stuff this year as well. So when that happens, and if I'll be able to do that, if I have the time and money to do so, I do want to cover what's going to go on there, because there's always opportunities for things to go wrong at these places. And last year they did, to a degree. If you don't know, I did an Offkai coverage as well, as some people were impersonating like fucking VTuber clippers on at the convention, at one of the meetups with Filian. That was the whole thing. And, you know, the bigger these things get, the more opportunities weird abusers have to get in there. So, you know, seeing it firsthand and maybe trying to prevent it before it happens is something that some people should consider. Yeah, that was the Cooksy thing. So, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to travel more, and I want to, when time allows me to do so, that is, because I do hold, unfortunately, several jobs that keep most of my my leisure time at bay. So whenever I do have free time, I do things like this. Saturday streams, rest of the stuff is spent on leisure activities such as exercise and video games. Recently, I've gotten into Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has come out recently, and I've been practicing for like the past 2 days. I do not intend to get like very good at it, but you know, I still want to win, so practice is necessary to do that. So I'll be playing Tekken in my free time. Yeah, Tekken 8, pretty fucking based, pretty fun so far. Haven't encountered many problems with it, other than like some netcode issues, which I hope gonna be much better. I don't think I'm gonna stream games. I don't think people come to watch these streams for me to fucking play games. I need more substance, and by substance I mean fucking drama. So whenever people shit themselves online, I'll be sure to cover it. You can go to other streamers for your video game shit. There's a lot of other more or less entertaining people that would play Tekken 8 for you. I think Rosemi plays Tekken 8. I think Rosemi is a big Tekken fan, so you guys can go and watch Rosemi for that. So that's what I plan to do. So when Offkai comes, and before Offkai comes, I might do some kind of donathon thing, because, you know, travel is expensive, especially post-COVID, and airline tickets, they aren't going down in price anytime soon, and it's just gonna get more and more expensive. So I need to think about goals for a donathon, because what can a streamer such as me do, a person that covers VTuber drama? What kind of goals can I set that people would actually want to see? So if you want to see something specific, I'll make a post in my community tab on YouTube. I'll outline my plans for the donathon if I actually do plan on making one, and I'm gonna outline some goals, and you guys can suggest things you might want to see me cover, like maybe from the past, or focus on some things I haven't focused on. Just have to you know, to brainstorm that for yourself. Other than that, I'm just gonna continue as usual and cover the recent things and go back into the past, because there's a lot of things in the past that I still haven't covered. And if they're entertaining enough, I'm just gonna do a stream about them. But yeah, for now, that would be everything, because we are past the 2-hour mark, and I didn't want this stream to go on very long anyway. And I think we covered just about everything I wanted to cover about the whole new Mikeneko situation. When there's new things with that, we might do a follow-up stream. But you know, it all depends how these things are gonna pan out. If Mikeneko is gonna come back soon enough, we just have to wait and see. And if she actually does want to reply to any of this, that's also a thing that I have to consider, because she might just stay quiet about it and pretend that nothing's happening. But knowing her, she's bound to engage in that kind of shit, because she can't help herself, and neither can I when these things happen. But yeah, you guys, thanks for coming. It was pretty fun. I had a blast covering insane people once more. You guys have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time zone you find yourself in. Stay hydrated, unlike me, because I've been neglectful, and nobody reminded me. But don't worry, I can remind myself. I'm an adult with responsibilities. I don't need to be reminded to take fucking water breaks. But yeah, you guys be good, and don't act like the people I'm covering, because you might just end up being covered by me in a future video or a future stream. But I'll play you guys off with a nice romantic song for all of you romantics out there that still believe that the love between a VTuber and their watchers can exist. So if you still have these thoughts, this song is for you guys, you guys and gals. So you guys take care, and have a good one. Bye bye.